Do music producers just make beats? Are music producers limited to kick drums, samples, claps, snares, and 808s? What really makes a music producer? Let's find out. Let's discuss. Welcome to Platinum Lyrics and Beats Podcast. I'm your host, Trey Boy. I teach aspiring music producers how to create and sell dope beats online without the confusion and frustration of wondering where to start. On Platinum Lyrics and Beats, we look to assist you in getting started in your music production career and help you make some life-changing music and money. What's up, aspiring music producers, engineers, and artists? All right, let's jump into it. What does a music producer really do? All right, is it limited? Is he or she, limited to just making beats and storing them on, your hard drive, or just, making beats just for the fun of it? No, that's not what a music producer does. All right, not at all. Some of us get it confused about the difference between, we have beat makers and music producers. There's a difference between a beat maker and a music producer. Beat makers are just that. They make beats and nothing else. They take samples and drums and melodies and make looping beats. All right. There's no purpose or vision behind their creativity. And yeah, don't get me wrong. It's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you want to do, if it's a hobby, that's fine. It's nothing wrong with that. But in this episode, I'm going to share with you the 3 top duties of a music producer, the responsibilities of a music producer that will allow you to see the difference. You'll be able to see, okay, this is a beat maker and this is a music producer. All right. I'll start with the first one. The first responsibility for a music producer. All right. He or she sets up the studio and the studio session for the artist and musician. All right. So picture this. This music producer is in the studio. Session is already set up. Everything's planned out and they're waiting on the artist or a musician to come in. Before the artist even comes into the studio, the music producer has the session already set up, ready to be recorded. He has a vision for the song or the beat, and he knows the direction he wants to take it. So it's not like there's just this out of space or out of mind type setting when you're dealing with a music producer. You have a vision and you have a thought process of how you want everything to go, all right? The producer makes sure the mics are set up properly to the right height of the artist when they come in, and they make sure they have water, tea, or anything the guest may request, just to make things comfortable for them. You want to make sure they are comfortable. One of the most important things for artists when they are recording a song is to be creative in a new setting, in the environment they're in. That's very important. One time I was recording a song with an artist. Man, she was dope. And she didn't feel comfortable with working or recording in the booth. It was too closed in. So I rearranged the mic. I set it outside, set everything outside into a bigger room. Took her out the booth, put in the open room where she felt more comfortable to perform and get what we wanted out of the recording. Believe it or not, it's really changed the dynamic of the song. She felt closed in the booth and wasn't feeling the small, intimate vibe. So whose responsibility was that? It was mine. It was my responsibility to put her in the best situation to win. The producer, he has to be able to produce. I mean, that's the root word for it. You have to be able to produce. You have to be able to make things happen. Kind of like a movie director or a movie producer. You have to be able to have everything into place to make the situation work. It's the producer's job to get the job done regardless of what situation they're in or what obstacles may arise. And you have help. You have people that help you, but basically it's on you to get it done. All right. The next responsibility of a producer is to bring in writers, musicians, and other producers to add value to the song. Now, this is important. One of the easiest things a music producer can do is create a beat. That's one of the easiest things a music producer can do. Some of us, most of us can do it with our eyes closed, right? But to turn that beat into a movement, a song, a life-changing experience for someone that's listening, sometimes collaboration is key. All right? As a music producer, it's your job to make life-changing music. We're not just doing this for fun. Well, most of us aren't, right? But we actually looking to add value to someone's life through the music and beats we create. I mean, that's what music producers, super producers do. We change people's lives through our talents. And you may be talented, but it's always someone colder than you in a particular area. And if they can add more value to a certain part of the song because they have more experience on a particular instrument, we need to drop our pride and ask them to come collab with us and be like, hey, come help me on this project. That's don't sleep on that. Bring somebody else in. A smart music producer knows that he can't do it all. Now, I'm not talking about every beat or every song, but some songs, some beats, it would be wise for you to collaborate with other musicians and producers. It's just wise to bring somebody else in. You may have a bass line, but it may be a mediocre bass line, right? And you can bring a bass player in and he bring that song, that track to a whole nother level because he knows, he plays the bass. That's what he do. So I would say collab. For example, I've been making beats for years, but I work with other musicians, like keyboard players that can play chords. I came up playing the drums, and I may use samples and I may peck on the keys a little bit, but I have to work with, people who have been doing that for years. So, to bring the best out of the song, you're still producing the track because you're spearheading the actual beat, a song, but you're going to bring people in that knows how to play an instrument at a whole nother level. It's just going to elevate the track. All right. I also love writing, but if I bring in a writer or an artist that writes as well and the chemistry is there, it makes the song that much better. Sometimes I send the session out to a lead, a bass guitar player, and I send the session out just for a couple of tracks. Be like, man, put about 2 or 3 tracks on this, and they'll send it back to me. And we'll build on the foundation. Sometimes I even change the samples, of what they sent, if they give me the liberty to do that. If they not, it just matters on what type of artist or musician you're working with. But sometimes, you can take an idea that they had and make it even better, but you're just bouncing off of each other. That works sometimes, Sometimes it can take 5 to 10 people collaborating on one project, one song, to complete the song to make it dope. There's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure you have your split sheets. If you don't know what a split sheet is, Google it right now, or not right now, when the podcast is over. So everybody gets their credit, and do that before the session is done, right? So everybody knows, hey, this is the percentage I get. This is the percentage you get. So that's a whole nother episode. But again, this comes from one person, the music producer. He has to be the one who sets this up. All right, to coordinate all of this, he has to be the one with these ideas and relationships and networking with other music producers and writers, artists and creatives to make this happen. This is part of being a music producer, a very important part of being a music producer. Last but not least, the music producer oversees the results of the final project. Whenever you put your name on anything, you want to verify that it is quality work. You want it to be great work. All right, you made the beat, you brought in all the other people to make that song hot. You pre-mixed the beat. Now it's time for you to listen to the project to make sure it's to your liking. Before you release it, if anything sounds out of place, awkward, you need to either repair it, replace it, or enhance it. This is your baby. When you send this song to your engineer, you want to be sure that, hey, this song is as close to perfect as possible. It's never going to be perfect. Never wait till a song to be totally perfect, because you are always going to find something, a way to enhance a song, the more you listen to it. But make sure it's as close to your liking as possible. All right? The world is about to hear what you've been working on. All of your hard work you spent months building this song is going to be heard by hundreds, thousands, maybe even millions of people. Who knows? You don't know what that song is going to do. Within 3 to 4 minutes, you're about to change someone's life with what you created. For better or for worse. But you created something. And the energy that you were using when you created it is about to be felt by the people listening to it, receiving your vibes in their soul. Music is powerful. Don't take it for granted. All right? Do not take it for granted. Make sure you have the last word and you take ownership of what you allow to be released into the world. All right? So you can see there's a major difference between a beat maker and a music producer. Which one are you? Hey, make a decision which one you want to be. And either one is fine. It just, there's a fork in the road. You have to make a decision. Are you going to just make music for fun, or are you going to make music to change people's lives with your God-given talent? All right, let's recap. Music producers set up the studio. They make sure the environment is right for the artist or anyone working in it. They form the right relationships with other creative people so they can collab to make dope, life-changing music and songs. Lastly, they never put out anything whack. No whack music, no whack beats. They oversee the final project and look to impact the world through their music. And look, if you're looking to create dope beats and impact the world with your music, download the Producer's Blueprint I created just for you. All right? Go to AspireProducersLab.com if you're listening on your favorite podcast app, or if you're watching on YouTube, go to the description below. That's it for today, friends. Thank you for listening. Subscribe to see the next valuable video. Hey, come in it and add more to the conversation. Let me know what else music producers are responsible for. If you're a seasoned music producer and you feel like I missed something, comment below. Let's add some value to these aspiring music producers. These music producers just getting started, getting into the world of music. All right? Hopefully this will inspire you to get started in your music production career and make some life-changing music and money. Have an amazing day. Let's get it. I'm Trey Boy. I'm out.